versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Let the hunt begin.
Well, that looks like a 1-2 curve. I don't know if I keep tracking. Probably not. I mean, I do have like individual cards in the deck that are pretty important to my game plan. So it could make sense to keep tracking from that perspective. But I think it's probably not worth it. I think with this Fletcher pickup, I'm just not even going to play 1-drops. Maybe that's looking a little bit too far into the future. But like, what does a 2-1 even do against Priest, really?
The future is clear.
Well, I thought maybe I'd play a Worgen here, but I guess it doesn't have time to attack before my Belmaw attacks. So probably don't bother. He's looking at a card from my hand right now, so he's probably very confused. The least confusing things he could see would probably be the Aug Merchant, the Coin, and the Worgen. Nothing for his guy to rush into. And then hopefully it gets super value traded by my guy. Interesting that he would pick the Fletcher. He can't have great ways to abuse it. Play my 4-mana card. So I've got 6 spells in the deck, right? I think I do want to try to get a bunch of value out of this Fletcher. But it is pretty slow. Well, I might just be trying to ignore that 5/5, or ignore the lifesteal and try to OTK him. I don't know how practical that is. So I've got a 6/6. I need 5 of those to kill him. It's kind of hard to get 5 of them. But this can pick up the other scrap shot. Make it a 9/9. I mean, I could just play my 6/6 here and then like Aug Merchant into this thing. Am I that scared of his 5/7? It's pretty strong. I can make another 6/6 pretty easily this game. I think I have to play this.
I hunt alone.
I have the Fletcher, which guarantees that I can pick up the other Ingenuity and the other Scrap Shot. So it's easy to make another 6/6 Boar. And then, I don't know, like if he doesn't have a lifesteal thing in play, I can whittle him down with my hero power a bit. I can still theoretically play 6 Boars, although I don't draw the Wild Tamers very easily, so that's not super easy to do. I only have 4 spells left in the deck. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Fletcher for 3 here. Maybe. I mean, I don't really want to fall super far behind on board. But like, what could he play that would be super scary? I can't really play tracking here though, because it's so likely to overdraw like a spell that I'm going to draw off this anyway. I'm just going to play the Fletcher, I think.
One shot, 3 kills. The fires of vengeance burn bright.
Wow, I hit the 3 good ones. So the worst draw next turn is definitely the Stonetusk Boar. Another Fletcher, so I can draw the tracking if I want. I guess that's fine.
One shot, three kills.
Probably.
Still have quite a few 1-drops in the deck, so Magic Carpet's pretty good. I think the Infectious Sporling actually looks kind of nice. It's pretty slow. I think I prefer the Carpet. Maybe I can like track into the Sporling next turn and then do the Carpet Sporling combo. Like either one that I took, I left another one in the deck. Left like the second copy of the other one in the deck. But I think Carpet's just a little better on its own. Well, there's the Sporling.
I'll grow on ya. I'll grow on ya. Bullseye.
I think this makes sense.
I moves quickly.
So in my bottom 5, I have 2 Wild Tamers. If I can draw both of them, I have 36 damage from hand. If I can draw one, I'll have 24. Looks like 24 will probably not be good enough.
We are all bound to fate.
So he's showing 10. That's not that big of a deal. I could actually just go Wild Tamer Hunting Party here. I would have 24 damage in hand. And then if I drew the other Wild Tamer, I would have lethal next turn.
I wonder.
What if I go Wild Tamer Hunting Party and play a couple Boars this turn? Like, I don't have to OTK him.
I moves quickly. I wonder. Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
I don't know if I love this. I mean, killing the lifesteal thing was pretty good, because now I can, like, poke him down a bit. Yeah, I think this is fine. I've got 5 minions in play, one with a Divine Shield, and he's only making 3 attacks. So it's pretty hard for him to clean up. Makes it pretty easy for me to poke. Holy Nova's a bummer, though. So... I'm only showing 4. The Carpet buffs these, so I do have 21 from hand. What is he showing? 16? I think it's pretty safe to assume... Wait, no. Yeah, 16. I think it's pretty safe to assume that he doesn't have 3 damage from hand.
I hunt alone.
So he's at 26. I mean, I pretty easily have 26 from hand next turn if I can pick up the Wild Tamer. But I don't need to hold all of these boars. And if I play them now, they each do 1 extra damage. Alright. So there's a decent chance I have a 1 in 3 lethal this turn, or this next turn. I'll have 15 even if he clears my board. And it's not like that convenient for him to clear my board. But yeah, it's nice that I do beat Penance or Renew here. Alright, looks like I've got a 1 in 3 at lethal. I don't know, I might actually have multiple turns to draw into it. He's doing a lot of trading here. Easy game. He was showing 18. So I may have actually had another turn to draw the Wild Tamer.
Rexa versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
Let the hunt begin.
I definitely like the Fletcher. Rogue is not my favorite thing to play against. Probably still keep the Fletcher though. Not even sure if I play this Battle Mage on one. I kept the Aug Merchant for the Fletcher. I guess I will play Worgen Infiltrator though. It's not vulnerable to getting like backstabbed or seal fated or something. Probably just let this thing chill in stealth for a while. Until it lands a good trade or something. Could play this, but then it could be ambush. I'll just pass. I'm really hoping I can get like 3 cards out of this Fletcher. Yes. No target for him to seal fate. Other than my face. But my face isn't that important. Well, this turn, if it's ambush, I can kill it. I do use one of my 1-drops, which is maybe bad for my Fletcher. But 2 cards out of it is still kind of okay. And I have a couple turns to draw more 1s anyway.
Oh, up to no good. Me too.
From nothing, power.
I do still have quite a few spells in the deck. I'm just gonna play it.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
If I just hit 1 Scavenger's Ingenuity, which I did, then I have the Scrap Shot, I have double Wild Tamer. It's not like I need to like full combo him or anything.
You're fired.
Take some kind of bad trades just to make it as hard as possible to deal with the Fletcher or the Carpet.
From nothing, power.
To throw steel, Throne Lord.
Alright, so I can make 18 damage worth of boars right now. That's not quite lethal, but, I mean, I do still have a steady shot hero power. That's kind of annoying, though.
Double time and double
I might just go boar double wild tamer here. I still end with 2 boars in my hand, so if I find another wild tamer, or if I find a hunting party, it's, like, still good. Plus, I put a lot of stats in play here. Could also go Dwarven Sharpshooter plus Desert Spear. I eat 6 damage. I do get to play a tracking, though. But what do I really want to track into? Pretty much just Hunting Party at this point. I guess the other Scrap Shot as well. I think I'm fine with this. I mean, I sometimes just have lethal next turn if he can't deal with these 4/3s.
Behold, jewels of the sands.
So far, he's done a lot of not dealing with my 4/3s. Oh yeah, he has a Goblin Lackey that he Shadow Stepped. Still feeling kind of okay, though. Hey, another Wild Tamer.
double time and double pay.
Wait, what is this? Secrets trigger twice? That could actually be pretty good in this deck. So I have 4 spells left in deck.
One shot,
Nothing
3
but a bunch of big
kills.
bears!
That's not the good one. Try to find a good spell or a 1-drop at least. Alright, Scrap Shot's a good spell. Is it though? I think Tracking's better here, because I'm so likely to hit a 1-drop, and then at that point Hunting Party is the only spell left in my deck. But Scrap Shot is basically 18 damage next turn, which is lethal, unless he has some sort of taunt.
Quickly.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears!
Alright, so next turn is Hunting Party, plus 24 damage. I've seen double Shield of Galakrond, so that should be good most of the time. Hopefully no 0 mana Kronks here. Shouldn't that be 1 mana? Looks like he's dead.
Darkness wanes.
Hexa versus Thrall!
For Doomhammer, let the hunt begin.
Desert Spear's kinda good. Probably a keep. Second Spear though, not so much, but Dwarven Sharpshooter's really good.
but a bunch of big
If he tries to do some totem nonsense, the dwarf is pretty good. But generally, I'm going to want to play Felmaw next turn. Oh, he's quest, okay. Well, Fletcher's a good draw as well, obviously. Go ahead and get that rat out of play so my Felmaw doesn't waste an attack on it next turn.
From nothing, power.
Alright, Felmaw, you know what to do. I don't know if I wanted that to go face or to value trade.
I hunt alone.
But Felmaw knew he wanted to go face. I don't always love playing the Dragonbane without using my hero power with it. But, it's pretty good here. Hard to deal with. Oh. I see. But it looks like my 5/4 is gonna live, so that's fine. I think I want to hold on to this Fletcher for another turn. Although, I don't know, if I just play it here, maybe it lives pretty often. But I can spend mana on the Desert Spear this turn, so that's fine.
I hunt alone.
At this point, if my Fletcher just hits like Ingenuity plus Scrap Shot, that might be good enough. I'm definitely thinking this is Highlander. He's playing Quest with this many spells.
One shot, 3 kills. Fires of vengeance burn bright.
There's the Ingenuity.
I'll grow on ya.
Hunt alone.
And there's the Scrap Shot. So, Ingenuity plus Scrap Shot gives me a 6 power boar. Scrap Shot also does 3. So that's 9. I also have weapon plus hero power. Wow, second torrent. This is a weird deck. Oh, that's not a good draw. That is really not a good draw.
Hunt alone.
Well, I guess I'm still scrap-shotting his face. Unfortunately, this deck probably plays some healing. That's not healing, though. I think I'm 1 off here. Good old hunting party. I mentioned at the beginning of yesterday's video that I started out 8-0 with this deck, so I had some pretty high hopes for it. But then when I started playing today, I went 0-5 to start with, so I was starting to get pretty concerned. But then I started winning again, and I did end up going 12-6, which I'm pretty happy with. It definitely felt like at rank 5 and rank 4 diamond, this deck was really just crushing all the priests and the other like tier 3, tier 2 kind of stuff. But then once I started getting up to diamond 3, I started playing against more like demon hunters. I played against a pirate warrior, and those felt like pretty tough matchups. So definitely a meta dependent deck. The more aggressive your opponent's deck is, probably the worse you're going to perform. But I think the nerfs are coming in tomorrow, so maybe that'll be pretty good for this deck. As far as the list itself goes, I was pretty happy with it overall. You could certainly play around with the 1-drops a bit. Maybe you cut Sporling or Worgen Infiltrator, or like Bloodsail Corsair or something. Depth Charge is a card I thought about, but didn't really seem great, but maybe it would be. I don't know. Not a whole lot of room to play around with the 1-drops though, because there aren't that many good 1-drops around. You could maybe slow the deck down a bit, play fewer 1-drops, and then go for like Bone Wraith, maybe Overconfident Orc, that kind of stuff. Or you could maybe take a Dragon route with the deck, because Rotnest Drake and Primordial Explorer are both very good. But I couldn't find any other dragons that I was excited about. So for now, I think I like this version of the deck. But maybe something will change with nerfs.